Hi, I'm Destiny Dennis, and this is my take on Generation Boomerang. After watching Generation Boomerang, the documentary, I learned a lot about the life and the way this generation's parents treat and raise the children of today. In my opinion, the term Generation Boomerang means that adults between the ages of 21 and 29 are returning home. Hence the name Boomerang. These people are returning to the place they originated from to regain that sense of security they once had felt. From this documentary, a lot of information was thrown at me, but thankfully this information was highly informative and opened my eyes to a whole new way of thinking. Some of this information I had collected from this film included Dr. Jeffrey Arnett's theory. He had concluded that this generation of boomerangs would become a dawn of a new life state for the emerging adults. This means that eventually more adults will be staying home longer, and this will become the norm of society. Another interesting point made in this film would be the neuroscientist Thomas Pause. He'd explained that the human brain is continuously developing until the age of 25. But the final section that is last to fully develop and mature would be the reasoning and problem-solving section. He explains that being sheltered constantly by your parents can only lead to the stall of the development process by not allowing the brain to overcome the obstacles and problems needed for the brain to mature. Lastly would be the shocking point made by journalist Mario Adinolfi. From his research, he had found that 70% of 18 to 30-year-olds in Italy still lived at home, and primarily this number is in fact men. He also explains that because of this phenomenon, Italy's own economy is descending due to the lack of employment from these people. From this constant mindset, young adults are less motivated to find a job and better themselves. They'd rather stay at home at the comfort of their families and their loved ones. Even after this film had concluded, there was something that had resonated with me. This thing was when Dr. Robert Sutterson had explained the reason why certain people behaved like boomerangs and others did not. He had demonstrated that through the time differences of before and today's society, people have changed. For instance, in the 1900s, young adults would have highly contributed to the household work, which had been a huge benefit. This had resonated with me because when growing up in such a huge family, we had a household structure that resembled ones in the 1900s, because each child or young adult had contributed to the daily household work, which only benefited my life in the future. Although this film is highly informative, I personally do not believe that I could see myself in such a position. The reason being is the way that I was raised and taught had only benefited me to do better as I age, and motivate me to be the best that I can be. This documentary was a real burst of information, and I believe that that this will shine a light on the boomerangs in the world to stand strong and see they do not need to be sheltered and babied anymore. I'm Destiny Dennis, and thank you for listening.